My name's Deborah Pitman and I make mosaics and I take photographs.
How long have you been creating?
I've had a camera in my hand since I was about 15, 16 and I'm 55 now, so that's 40 years. Yeah, mosaicing, that came a little bit later in my life. I went on a school trip to Italy when I was about 8 and saw some sort of world-class mosaics there and just totally stuck in my head. And probably in my 20s I started making mosaic, but I think photography is my first love.
What is your preferred medium to work with and why?
I would say my camera. When I'm out with my camera, something happens in my head, and when you're just looking for the scene, the image, and framing it the way you want, you just lose yourself in it, and you kind of get in. It is a really blissful, joyous place to be. Yeah, that's my sweet spot.
And what are your inspirations and influences?
Well, I think I've got a bit of a magpie eye. I do take all sorts of different snippets from sort of anything I see, really. I love going to galleries and, you know, looking at things and then working out what I like about them and just trying to sort of walk in the shoes of the person that's made them a bit. Bold things, I like bold. Yeah.
Have you got any advice for young artists?
If you've got an urge to express yourself in whatever medium, don't hesitate. Life is short. Make the most of it.
So what are you currently working on?
I can show you what I've just finished. It's a project. I had a couple of metal mirror frames. When you put mosaic outside, you always have to be dead careful what you make it on, because the last thing you want is to put a load of effort into a mosaic and then a couple of seasons of frost and rain and all your tiles pop off. Those are little pot dolls. They're called Frozen Charlotte dolls. And there's a really dark tale involved in that. She was a little girl who was too vain to wear a coat when she was going to a Christmas party on a sleigh through the snow, because she wanted to show her dress off. By the time she got there, she'd frozen to death. So these little Frozen Charlotte dolls in Victorian times used to be the thing that if you were a lucky kid, you got in your pudding. So this one is for my sister, and that's the two of us in there. And we lost our mum about 18 months ago now. And so this little bit here, this little bit of mug here, is a little bit of the lip of one of Mum's old coffee mugs. So that's just lovely to know that Mum touched that.
How has lockdown affected your creativity?
I'd say it's made me more adventurous. You've sort of got to work with the materials you've got. So that's made me quite inventive, I'd say. I've also finished a couple of projects that have been kicking around unfinished, and that's felt great. And I've done some new work. Last year I had a mouse cancer, and sadly a friend of ours got the same diagnosis. So I made him an amulet, a little token, a little thing to carry to keep him safe. Sounds a bit fanciful, but I really believe it. It's got shell in it from Anglesey, a place he loves, and it's got bits of pot in it out of the Goit River, where he walks walks his dog. And that little key, in the shaft of the key, it's a space in there. So I was imagining he could write himself a message and post that in there. And his feedback to me was he could see in it the past and the present and a bright future. And I couldn't have had more meaningful feedback than that, really. So welcome to my studio, which is in one of the bedrooms in our house here in New Mills. It's got a whole load of materials in it, but predominantly I guess materials for mosaic. So mosaic, you need every single pigment you're going to use, because you can't mix with glass, obviously. And all the surfaces vary: reflective, matte, glass, ceramic, glazed ceramic. I work on 2 Formica tabletops. I don't just do mosaic, I do collage, photography, painting, all kinds of things. During lockdown, I've been making a journal with 2 other of my artist friends, and it's taken me in all kinds of different areas. This self-portrait I really love. It's dried leaves. I think I might be feeling a little bit old, but hey, yeah, very happy with that. So I'll just keep on looking around for you. The old stand in the corner is ancient dentist's equipment, which is both terrifying and lovely. And there we go. The key with this studio is actually trying to remember where things are, because otherwise you can lose a lot of time just wondering where is the material you actually want to get your hands on. I'll just finish off with a little look out the window over to the hills of New Mills.